this is something that I had to take into consideration. Like, I might have to deliver via C-section, and that's exactly the opposite of what I want. If I could go back, I would definitely have scheduled my anatomy scan a little bit more on the later side. Hello mamas, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal, and today I'm going to be talking to you about placenta previa. Now, there's a few types of placenta previa. There's complete previa, there's partial previa, marginal previa, and a low-lying placenta. I'm guessing that you probably just had your 20-week anatomy scan and maybe you were told that you had placenta previa. Hopefully they told you exactly what kind you have. Placenta previa can be a problem if you're trying to deliver vaginally. If you have complete previa, then that means that the only way you can deliver your baby safely is through a cesarean section. If you're anything like me and you're planning on doing a natural vaginal birth or a home birth or at a birth center, this is probably your worst nightmare. I'm planning on doing a home birth, so when I heard that I had placenta previa, it stressed me out. My ultrasound technician, he didn't really explain much to me, so he just kind of left me hanging, and I had to ask my midwife and go do a ton of research on my own. So this is why I'm creating this video, because when I was doing my research, I was looking for other videos. Nobody fully explained everything that I learned along the way about it. So I'm hoping that I can do that for you today. If you have placenta previa and you want to do a natural birth, vaginal birth, then your placenta has to be at least 2 centimeters away from your cervix if you want to deliver safely vaginally. If your placenta is too close to your cervix, then either the baby can't get out or you can risk bleeding and other complications that could put the baby at risk. And it could put you at risk as well. If you have complete or partial previa, maybe even marginal previa, your OBGYN or your midwife might tell you that you need to be on pelvic rest. And that means, no exercising, no lifting like over 20 pounds usually, and sometimes no intercourse or even orgasm. These can all stimulate contractions and possibly lead to bleeding. When I went in for my 20-week anatomy scan, I actually went in at 18 weeks and 2 days. So I was a little bit earlier than I should have been, and now I kind of regret doing that, because had I just gone at 20 weeks, maybe I wouldn't have been told I had the placenta previa. As your belly gets bigger, your baby grows, your uterus grows, usually your placenta, if it's low-lying or if it's any type of previa, then usually it'll move up. But I was in such a rush to figure out if I was having a boy or a girl that the moment I was able to book my anatomy scan, I did it, and had I just waited a little bit longer, maybe it wouldn't have been a problem, and I wouldn't have had to go back for another anatomy scan at 30 to 32 weeks. So not only did I have to go back for another anatomy scan and also pay more money and everything like that, but it also left me worried for, 12 weeks. And that's definitely not fun. I was super paranoid when I was told that I had placenta previa because I had a miscarriage before, so everything in this pregnancy, that has been like a risk factor or anything like that has got me a little bit paranoid. I made the personal decision to not really work out like at the gym or anything like that. I would do like light walking, maybe some yoga and stretching. I did a few body weight exercises, but usually no more than 20 minutes. And this was all because I was just paranoid about risking any bleeding or any complications. When I went back in for my 30-week anatomy scan, I was told that my placenta had moved up, which is awesome. My placenta is over 3 centimeters away from my cervix now, so I'm in the safe zone and I can have my natural vaginal birth and my home birth if all continues to go as planned. When I was doing my research, I found out that 80 to 90% of the time, if you don't have complete previa, then it will resolve itself and it will move up by your due date. So if you don't have complete previa, then just don't worry about it. Just trust the process. I tried not to stress myself out too much. I just did a lot of praying. I did some meditations, and I can link the meditation for the placenta previa. If you have complete placenta previa and you really wanted to deliver vaginally, this is something that I had to take into consideration. Like, I might have to deliver via C-section, and that's exactly the opposite of what I want. But ultimately you have no choice, and it's the only way your baby is going to get in your arms. So if that is you, I'm so sorry that that's happening. Just know that you have time to plan that specific C-section birth that you want, especially since it will be planned. You can request things like, not so much medication, or a clear drape, or vaginal seeding. There's a few different things on my birth plan in the case of a C-section that I put on there. So if you have any questions about those, leave a comment below and I'd be happy to answer for you. I was also told by many women who have had previous pregnancies and they had placenta previa that placenta previa at 18 weeks is kind of a complete joke, because your uterus is going to grow so much and your placenta is going to move up so much that it shouldn't be a problem. If I could go back, I would definitely have scheduled my anatomy scan a little bit more on the later side, just so I wouldn't have to go through all of this stress and wondering is it going to be okay, and you already have enough going on during pregnancy that you don't want one extra thing to worry about. I hope that I answered all your questions about placenta previa today. If you have any other questions that I didn't cover, I would love to help answer those for you, so just leave a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next video.